Right.
So with us, we do like this turnkey fix and flip model. So we'll buy the house for $50K, renovate it for $30K, put a tenant in place. We're cash flowing. We're good. Then we can find a buyer. If we sell it, great. We make a profit. If we can't sell it, it doesn't matter to us.
You can get some better loans, lower rent, lower interest rate, no points.
All right, guys, got father-son combo here today. Antoine Martel and Eric Martel, and you guys are killing it in real estate, right?
Yep.
Nice. How
Thanks
long
for
you
having
guys?
us.
Yeah, of course. How long you guys been in the real estate game?
10 years now.
Wow. So right after the '08 crash, then, right?
So I was in college. He was working full time. When I was in college, I moved all my classes to the nighttime so that throughout the day we went to a conference, a real estate conference.
Yeah.
And then after that, became addicted to real estate, moved my classes to the nighttime so that throughout the day I can work on the fix and flip business. And then we would chat when he was off of work, when I was done with school. And then right out of college, we started flipping houses, buying rental properties, but all in the Midwest.
And actually, in the beginning, the intention was not to flip; it was to build a passive income portfolio for the family. And then it turned into a turnkey business shortly after that because there was a lot of interest. A lot of people that we knew were like, "Hey, I want to buy the property when you're done with it. Like, can I do that?" Like, and then Antoine is like, "Hey, you know what? I think we have a business here. We can actually flip these houses."
Yeah, it's not easy to do that, though, right?
No. I mean, we take all the risk. Basically, that was Martel Turnkey, and we basically took all the risk of the acquisitions, the risk of the construction, the rehab, the rent, all of that. And then our investors, the people that were buying the turnkey rentals, I mean, it was cash flowing from day one. There was a tenant. It was recently renovated. So most of the risk was taken away, and they could see what the returns were.
That's smart. So, yeah, because a lot of people that get wrecked in real estate, they have too much risk.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's because they only have one exit.
Right.
So with us, we do like this turnkey fix and flip model. So we'll buy the house for $50K, renovate it for $30K, put a tenant in place. We're cash flowing. We're good. Then we can find a buyer. If we sell it, great. We make a profit. If we can't sell it, it doesn't matter to us.
Smart. So you're getting
no matter
houses that
way,
cheap? 50K?
We still are getting houses that cheap.
What?
60,
where is this at?
Detroit, St. Louis, Cleveland, Akron.
I didn't know houses were that cheap.
They still are that cheap.
Yeah.
Even today, our average deal we do is $60K purchase, $30K.
Damn. I've never heard of houses below like 100K. Like this is crazy to me.
Yeah.
Again, when we talk to people in California, they just like they can't believe it. They think
That's
we're
their
crazy.
monthly rent right there.
Yeah.
You see, that's a shed. That's a shed in my backyard. It's 50K. So how can people live in that? And
Damn.
And those rent out for $1,000 to $1,100 a month.
And is that Section 8?
That's just a cash paying tenant. If you get Section 8, you can sometimes get in some cities, certain cities, you can get a little bit higher rent renting it out on Section 8.
Yeah, that's a hot topic right now, but I feel like social media is making it too easy. Like they're just saying, oh, you could invest in Section 8, but I'm sure there's a lot more steps to get involved.
There's a lot more steps to, Section 8 definitely complicates the process. It has pros and cons. Pro being part of the rent is guaranteed by the government. Cons of Section 8, it does slow down your process a little bit. Like, for example, I buy a house for $60K, renovate it for $30. I'm all in for $90 or $100. I can go post it online for rent, and I might get cash paying tenants to apply right away that move in next week. Section 8, I now have the government involved, right? So I have to go through an inspection process, all these different processes to be approved to rent it out to the Section 8 tenant.
if you know ahead of time that you're going to do a Section 8 strategy, that helps you a little bit because then you can tell your contractor the first time around that, hey, you know what, we're going to do Section 8. So I know that I'm going to have to put, handrails on everything that has a step and all these things.
Right.
If you wait until later, then you have to have an inspection from the Section 8, and then they would tell you, oh, you have to do handrails, you have to do this, you have to do that. So if you know ahead of time, if you plan your strategy well, it saves you a little bit of steps. But then the tenants are Section 8 tenants, so you limit your
pool. Yeah.
Your pool, yeah.
When the interest rate shot up a few years ago, did you guys get pretty hurt from that?
It was definitely tough because we were trying to sell a lot of stuff, and we weren't planning on refinance. I think we had 250 houses at that time when interest rates started spiking.
Yeah.
And we were like, what do we do? Because we were banking on, for many years before that, we were selling all the inventory. So we just became accustomed to it. We were like, if all hell breaks loose, we can always refinance these houses because they're still cash cash flowing, cash.
As a B2B marketer, you know how noisy the ad space can be. If your message isn't targeted to the right audience, it just disappears into the noise. With LinkedIn ads, you could precisely reach the professionals who are more likely to find your ad relevant with LinkedIn targeting capabilities. You can reach them by job title, industry, company, and more. Stand out with LinkedIn ads and start converting your B2B audience into high-quality leads today. LinkedIn ads allows you to build the right relationships, drive results, and reach your customers in a respectful environment. You'll have direct access to and build relationships with decision makers. 1 billion members are on their platform, 180 million senior level executives, and 10 million C-level executives. You'll be able to drive results with targeting and measurement tools built specifically for B2B in technology. LinkedIn generated 2 to 5x higher return on ad spend than any other social media platform, and you'll work with a partner who respects the B2B world you operate in. 79% of B2B content marketers said LinkedIn produces the best results for paid media. LinkedIn has been a great platform for me to also find interesting podcast guests. If you're interested, start converting your B2B audience into high-quality leads today. We'll give you a $100 credit on your next campaign. Go to linkedin.com/social to claim your credit. That's linkedin.com/social. Terms and conditions apply. LinkedIn, the place to be.
Paying tenants. And so when the interest rate started spiking, we went to some of our investors, partnered up with them and just kept a bunch of houses, gave some houses back to investors, refinanced a bunch. So we got like big lines of credits from some banks to pay off our private money to then hold those houses in the long run.
Yeah, that was a scary time.
Yeah, one thing that we did, I think, pretty well was we always, whenever we bought these properties, we were always thinking about the buyer. So what kind of loan are they going to be able to get? So we'd buy the house like 6 months early, and we always did the calculation for the buyer and say, well, let's say the interest is 4% when we buy it, but it's going to be like, we assume that it's going to be 6 or 7% when the buyer is going to buy it. So that really helped us actually not buy properties at too high a price, and we still have some good profit margin at the end.
Yeah, because now it's like, I just bought a house a couple weeks ago. It was 8.5, and I had to buy it down to 7.5.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that high?
Yeah, that's high for a house that you're going to live in.
Yeah.
Like the houses in the Midwest, so like even if a loan's below like $100,000, typically the interest rate goes up by like a point. And then it's like in a rough city, it'll go up by another point. So we're seeing like houses in the Midwest, if you're buying it like as an investment property, you'll be at like 7 all the way to like 9%. But that's super high for a house you're going to live in.
And here's my problem with it, because as entrepreneurs, we try to write off everything. So on paper, my income was $50K or something stupid low, right?
Yeah.
So I had to do a bank statement loan. So the interest is already automatically, a point higher?
Yeah.
So it kind of sucks as an entrepreneur to buy a house.
Yeah. That was his big problem as well.
Yeah, you write off everything, so your income's low, and then when you go to buy $1 million house, they're like, you can't afford it unless you pay this interest.
We with Martel Turnkey, we're flipping like 20 houses, 30 houses a month. We tried to refinance one of our houses with like a very similar loan. We did not get approved.
Damn.
Yeah.
Because
you
they're
have
like
all this asset.
Because the same thing. We were like making no money on paper. We were flipping 20, 30 houses a month with a business. And it's like, okay, now I'm going to buy one of my houses in inventory and just get like a loan on it. On a bank rate loan. And
Dude, it was mind blowing.
Yeah. And it's like, oh, you have no income. You can't get a loan. I'm like, I'm literally doing this 20 times a month and I can't get a loan to like hold it for longer than 6 months.
It's such a broken system, dude. Because with the bank statement loan, I qualified for a $5 million house. But with the traditional route, I couldn't even buy $1 million house.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I don't know if there's I get it from their point of view, but there should be a new system, I think.
Yeah. I mean, even for like finding a place to live. Like some cities that we like in LA and in Miami, like a lot of the apartment buildings will take like your stated income or just like your bank statement, just be like, yeah, but my W-2 is showing no money. Like my business is like breaking even, but I'm making 30 grand a month coming in on my P&L or my personal bank account. And so they'll take that to even like find a place to live, for example, is tough.
That's what I'm saying, though. If you have $1 million in a bank account, you should be getting a good interest rate on that. You know what I mean? Like if you could show that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But money is easy to move around, so.
Right. Yeah, maybe they would assume you just had your family send you money and then you had $1 million. So I get it from a risk point of view, right?
Yeah. And then a bank perspective, too. If you just have money sitting in an account, too, they're like, we don't know where this money came from. We need to verify. So sometimes if you go buy like an apartment building, they want to verify where all that money is coming from. And it can't just be like They actually look at the last 6 months of your bank statements or 3 months, and they'll be like, did you just get 250K here? What's that for? So they want letters of explanation.
Yep, I just went through all that.
Yeah.
'Cause I had to cash out some crypto, and they were like, "What the hell is this?
What's this?" Yeah, exactly.
I didn't know it was that intense, honestly.
Every deposit.
Yeah, anything above 10K, they were like,
exactly.
holy crap.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I had some invoices, or like, explain exactly what that is.
We're doing all these transactions, right? We're sending money 60K out or 50K.
Yeah, that's common for you guys.
50K coming in, 100. You know, we have explain this, explain that. Wow, this is going to be a while if I have to explain everything that goes in and
For
out.
real.
Yeah.
It was to buy a house.
It was crazy.
I
Yeah,
mean,
we bought an apartment building and then we used that same bank account, and they were like, "What are all these transactions?" It's like, dude, it's literally a business.
because
Like,
all
what do
these
you want us
banks
to
are
do?
scared from 08 crash.
Yeah.
Because they were just handing money out.
Yeah, it was their fault.
Yeah.
Don't blame me.
For real. You think something like that will ever happen again, that crash?
Well, I hope not, but I think that right now we're seeing some around the DSCR loan that could be a little bit of challenges in there for people that are doing like Airbnb kind of thing. I think there might be a little bit of risk there. Commercial, I think there's some risk there in terms of lending, but
What's DSCR loan?
DSCR is kind of like asset-based lending. So it's basically they want to make sure that whatever the property that you're buying with that, they're not looking at your income. They're looking at the amount of money that the property is making.
Oh, interesting.
If you have a long-term rental, it's not so much a problem. I see it as a problem if with Airbnb or short-term rental, where that your income could be very high, like for a couple of months, and then all of a sudden it dries to zero. So that's where I see a little bit of risk on the residential space. Commercial, like office space, I think there's some risk there.
Yeah. That Airbnb game was hot for a while, but I feel like it's died down pretty heavily, right?
It's died down a lot.
Yeah, well, if we're heading into a recession as well, I mean, I don't want to be like doom and gloom here, but even if it just slows down, then so these short-term rentals would be in trouble.
Yeah, the recession thing, I feel like we've been in one for years personally, but what do you guys think? You think we're in one yet?
I think well, that's tough to say. There's a lot of things going on right now where you just like, everything is fine. Like, there's some companies that are laying off employees and inflation is more stable and stuff. But when the Federal Reserve says they're going to cut rate, this is not a good sign. So they're seeing something that is not good.
Oh, it's not a good sign when
not
they
a
cut
good
the interest
sign.
rate.
Yes,
What do you mean?
Because they're trying to stimulate the economy. And I think the economy is going okay. So why is the Fed thinking of cutting the rates?
Oh, so you like the rates right now at this price?
I like the rate. I think the rate is a normal rate.
At 8.5 is normal?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So the average for the last 50 years was like 7 3/4.
Oh, wow.
So if you look at
Really?
the average.
So we just got so used to the
low
rates.
rates.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially you guys. You never saw like
I never saw this because I was never shopping for houses years ago.
Yeah,
So
that's
this
right.
was my first experience.
when we bought our first house, my wife and I, his mother, it was like 13%.
Holy crap.
We were
Bro.
fine. We were fine with
In
that.
2001?
Damn.
Yeah, no, it was before 2001. It was like 1995 or something like that.
Holy
Dude.
Yeah.
13%. I'd be crying to sleep.
Yeah.
That's insane.
But we thought it was fine. We thought, that's okay. It's going to appreciate, and we don't have to pay rent and all that kind of stuff.
Did it end up appreciating?
It ended up appreciating a little bit, but now, I mean, I don't own a house. I actually sold my house to invest in real estate. I know it sounds kind of weird, but yeah, I mean, I kind of like Grant Cardone. Like I rent my house.
Really?
I rent where I live.
Wow.
I don't want. It doesn't make sense to buy a house.
Yeah, because he has that controversial take that a house is a terrible investment.
It is a terrible investment.
Really?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I bought mine more for safety. Like if I end up making money on it, that's cool, but I didn't see it as like an investment. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So if you like that, as long as you don't see it as an investment, that's fine. But
But a lot of people do.
Oh,
Yeah,
a lot of people put their
Yeah.
net worth in their house.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's the situation I was in before I sold the house. I had absolutely everything running on that house.
Yeah.
I had no 401k almost.
Oh,
And
that's
it was just
stressful.
and then everything was there. And there was a lot of money, a lot of equity. And every day I would come from work and I was like be stressed out and tired. And then I would look at the equity on the couch watching TV and,
Yeah, because he bought that house. We immigrated from Toronto to the Bay Area.
That's a big change.
In 2001, they bought that house for like $700K or something like that.
That's unheard of now in
750,
San Fran.
yeah.
And then Wouldn't you sell it 2,000?
2.1.
Holy crap! Went up 3x, dude. Yeah, San
Crazy.
Fran's popping off right now.
Yeah,
Crazy.
well, it's adjusting down now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I was just there and I was like Zillowing houses that I passed by. Some of them were 15 million for like
yeah.
3,000 square feet.
Yeah.
It's like not even a mansion.
Yeah, it's still expensive, but it's coming down. Like I have a lot of people that invested in real estate in the Bay Area,
Yeah.
and they're having a hard time selling their house. In,
Which cities get hit first in America usually?
I think all these ones where where you see some kind, like it's a little bit different, because I think the big one, everyone that's where it's expensive, that's kind of like bubble territory. So San Francisco had been kind of like in bubble territory for the longest time. Then they moved out, and then a lot of people from the Bay Area moved out, and then they went and created other bubbles,
Right.
In Austin, in
Nashville.
Las Vegas.
Yeah,
you know,
Vegas got hit.
right? And then so all the prices went up in those.
Miami too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Miami.
Oh, yeah.
Miami was still in it. So so that's what I'm seeing is that these big cities that are kind of in bubble territories, and you look at the migration where people are going. I mean, the pandemic really accelerated the migration out of California.
Oh yeah, Cali and New York. Everyone left those two.
Yeah.
Yeah, Miami. I heard is really hard to get a good house out here for a good price.
Yeah, for a good price. The prices have gone crazy in Miami. It's been insane. I mean, the rents have like double, triple. I met a bunch of people since we moved here that like they were like, yeah, the condo in these buildings used to sell for $100K 5 years ago. Now they're like 600 grand
Holy crap!
just in the last couple of years.
So a lot of real estate is just timing then.
A lot of it's timing, and I think there's so much that happened in California, like just like really put its damper on a lot of New York City or New York in general, California, and I think it's just like the spreading out of all these people to Texas, to Florida, Tennessee, a little bit, Nashville. That's just affected the home prices so much in these places.
But we don't play the timing game.
Oh, you don't?
So, no. So that's why we're in these boring markets. Cleveland, St. Louis, Detroit, when we're in Memphis as well. Like not the appreciation, but the business, the cities were growing at about 1%, population growth about 1% or 0.5%. Very slow,
Stable.
sustainable growth. And that's where we invested. And so that makes it a lot more stable, more predictable. And when you look at these bubble market like Austin and all that, and Phoenix, like up and down,
Right.
it was very difficult to get any deals there.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
to say like, we choose our market. Like if one of the cities we're investing in hits like top 10 places to invest, it's too late, right? So like
Yeah.
we like to find the places that are just super stable, reliable, we can count on. Every deal, we're all in for around $100,000, 150. We have multiple exit strategies because you're right. Like timing would be great if you had a crystal ball, but there's no way to know
Right.
what's going to pop off next.
Yeah.
So for us, it's choosing those reliable markets that haven't had that hockey stick growth. Where can we buy and place our chips so that when it does hockey stick, if ever, we already have a ton of chips in that place?
Got it. Are you guys selling right now, or
Buying and selling, a little bit of both. A little bit of both. We're buying a couple per month and then selling a couple per
Damn,
month.
couple per month. That's
Yeah.
crazy. So you guys are just cash flowing heavy like
But
that.
that's nothing. That's nothing for us. We did at one point like 50 houses a month,
Holy crap!
and we were like cruising at 20 houses a month. 50 was a little bit of a
50 was
peak.
our biggest month we ever did was we
That's
flipped
almost
50
two a day.
houses in a month. Yeah.
Jeez, 20 a month is like almost every day.
We
you're
had
buying.
we had a whole team doing that. Right?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
20 per month was around like our target, like normal.
Okay, but now with interest rates, you've toned back.
We've toned back and we moved over, took a lot of that cash and sold a lot of the houses we had and went more into like the technology software space. So we made an app now that helps other people find deals in the Midwest, analyzes them. We have MLS access.
Oh, nice.
And then connects them to local like vendors on the ground to
That's
help
cool.
them do the same
What's
thing.
that app called?
Flip System.
Flip System. That's cool. So it's just an app on your phone. You look up the city and it tells you good deals.
Yeah, so we had bought MLS Access. So MLS is like Zillow and Redfin and stuff,
Yeah.
where they get all their data. So the software, we bought MLS Access in a bunch of cities that we like. We have our team go through all those deals, which is like 400 deals a week. They whittle that down to 200 good deals per week. Those get posted on the marketplace. And then our clients can go in on their phone. The numbers are already there for them with the ARV, purchase price, repair costs. So the numbers are done. And then the next thing they need is just a local realtor, property manager, contractor, and we connect them to all those people.
Wow.
On the ground.
You make it easy because a lot of people are scared to get into real estate because it's pretty complex at first, right?
Yeah,
and
exactly.
they don't want to invest out of state. They want to, like, I talk to so many people here in Miami, Florida, and they're like, yeah, I just want to go and see the house, touch the house.
Right.
So they have all these fears about like buying something completely virtually. But my question to them is, okay, cool, let's buy the house next door. Then what? Like, you're still going to have to hire a realtor, property manager, contract. Like, what value are you going to add? Are you a certified inspector? Are you an appraiser? Are you a contractor? No,
Right.
no. Okay. Does it matter then?
Yeah.
So it's just this irrational
Just a fear thing. They
Yeah.
they
There's a
also
lot of
fear
emotion.
squatters, probably.
Yeah. And there's a lot of emotion. I think they watch things on TV and they think it's fun to be, throwing a hammer through a wall and stuff like that, doing the demo and stuff like that. Yeah, that lasts 5 minutes, Then after that, it's kind of like, go back to my spreadsheet.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It is fun. Yeah, it is fun to be like, when you get like into the dirt and you can like go see your house being renovated, it is kind of cool the first 3 times. And then after that, it's like, all right, I'm just doing, like, it's the same bloody thing every single
Yeah.
time,
I'm already over it. I'm dropping like $5K a week right now on contractors. I'm like, damn.
Oh, wow.
This is the part they don't talk about with buying a house.
Yeah.
All the
Yeah,
repairs and
Yeah. All the repair. Well, especially if you're buying it to like renovate it to your standards. And then on top of that, the ongoing like maintenance. And
I didn't
stuff
even
like
know
that.
you had to trim palm trees. So that's $3K a year that I didn't know about. Did you guys know that?
No.
No, we
Yeah,
don't
apparently you
invest
gotta
in palm
trim-
tree cities.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's a lot of those in Vegas.
Yeah.
You guys ever invest in Vegas or no?
Well, almost did, but no, we didn't. We ended up not investing there.
Too pricey.
Too pricey and then too competitive as well.
Yeah,
Very
Vegas
competitive.
is.
Super competitive.
Dude, when I first moved there 3 years ago, you had to offer $100K over ask just to even talk
Yeah.
to the seller.
Yeah. And so for us, we prefer to be in a market that has a ton of deals where we don't have to like worry about getting a next deal in the door.
a buyer's market.
Yeah, and you can go to like Detroit, Michigan. There's 3,500 active houses for sale below 150K.
Damn.
So it's like,
And all the houses are the same. So I want an assembly line
That's
of
true.
projects. Like I'm looking at some investors in California, and they say, well, this house, we're going to do this. We're going to do an ADU, and we're going to do this. And this one, we have to do something different. And or the decorator is coming in, and,
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. I want to have like cookie cutter, and every cookie's the same. The contractors knows exactly what to do. They know what paint color. I don't have to talk to them. And an assembly line. And
you get way more efficiency.
yeah.
Yeah. Why do you guys
And you know your
decide?
numbers,
Yeah, you got to know your numbers. Why do you guys decide to go the volume route rather than just buy like $1 million house, get a couple of those?
So we did there's a couple of things. So, we went to commercial space. So we actually bought like a couple of apartment buildings, and so we have one still left. But we sold 4. We had 5 at one point, so we sold like 4. And I really like that. I really like the game, the returns on that, but it takes so long to find an apartment building.
Right.
And then you have to go there. The due diligence takes forever. The loan takes forever, and so it takes just a very long time. And again, it doesn't give me that assembly line kind of thing. Every apartment building is different, and and you have to go city to city. So it's just very complicated, very difficult. Returns are great once you get there, but
Yeah.
it takes a year at least to get into one of those properties. Then you do the renovations. You have to disturb every single tenant to do the renovations.
Damn,
Yeah.
I didn't know it took a year to get one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is like, even if it was like just a single family home house flip, like if I want to flip houses in Vegas for $1 million or LA, it's like those houses don't have exit strategies. There's like one option, which is buy it, renovate it, and sell it. I can't buy it, renovate it, rent it out. Buy it, I mean, you could probably Airbnb it.
Vegas banned it, I think.
Oh, really?
I think they banned
Oh,
it.
So literally,
yeah.
like your only exit now is to buy it, rehab it, and sell it. Cool. What if after renovation, the market gets a little soft, or like interest rates go up instead of going down? It's like, cool. Now your like $2 million sale price goes down to 1.7, 1.6, 1. And you have like your hands are tied. You're kind of locked into one exit. So that's why we prefer doing the cookie cutter $100,000-$200,000 house, splitting up our chips across 100 deals versus just one, because we have multiple exits, and then we're spread out. Like we can afford to lose money on 2 out of 100 deals,
Right.
2%.
Okay.
Whereas like the average person probably couldn't,
Definitely not.
because one deal is could just wipe them out because they're putting all their chips in.
Yeah, one bad deal could be a huge loss. But
Yeah.
your houses are 100K, so if you lose 2 of those, it's manageable, right?
Yeah, and the profit margin on them are $10,000 to $30,000. So
Yeah.
it's like, okay, just
10 to 30%. That's pretty good.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a year or is that over?
No, just project length.
Okay. How long's the average project length usually?
Average project length 4 to 6 months.
Oh, it's quick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
super
Damn.
quick.
Yeah.
So 10 to 30% in 4 to 6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's to buy it, rehab it, rent it out, and then sell it.
Holy crap. Those are like the best returns I've ever heard in real estate because people
Absolutely.
think real estate's slow.
Yeah.
That's just cash. If you finance it, it doubles and triples that return.
Damn. And you guys are financing all these.
Yeah, we are.
You got
a good
we'll,
system here.
So we'll buy the house, get a hard money loan on it. Hard money funds like 80% of the purchase, 100% of the rehab. So you can like flip a house today in the city in the Midwest for $15K out of pocket.
Dude. See, that's like
Yeah.
awesome because people don't have 100K lying around for the
Exactly.
most part.
So you start with 15K. In 4 to 6 months, you flip the house, you buy it, rehab it, rent it out, and sell it, and you make 15K profit. So it's 100% return in 4 to 6 months.
Incredible. And you guys learned all this at a conference 10 years ago, you said?
The conference really helped us kind of like get together and think about real estate together and then we did a lot of exploration after that. We tried to do wholesaling, we did probate, we did commercial, we tried to do things in the Bay Area, flip
LA.
retail, rentals,
LA
apartment
must have been a
buildings.
tough one.
Oh my God. It was like, no, nothing worked. Nothing worked. And we're like small
2
fish in a big
years.
pond.
So,
So 2 years you didn't make money?
2 years just like testing
Yeah.
a bunch.
Yeah.
I love how open you guys are about that because some people think it's easy.
Oh, no.
And then we went to back to the drawing board and said, okay, well, this is when we need to build like a passive income. We are interested in passive income. We want to build a portfolio of rental properties. It can't happen. We can't do this here. So where can we do this? And so just started like looking at statistics across the U.S. and looked at Census Bureau, Bureau of Labor Statistics, combine all these spreadsheets. We love spreadsheets.
They're important.
And then, so we looked at Memphis, Cleveland, St. Louis. These were the 3 cities we looked at initially. And Antoine went on the phone, calling every realtor in town. And there was only one of them really made sense.
Yeah.
And that's where we bought our first house in Memphis.
And you didn't even see it. You were buying it from here?
That's right.
In Florida? Wow.
Yeah.
From LA
From
at the
LA.
time.
Yeah.
Damn. So you guys really believed in the model.
We did. Yeah, well, there was nobody else really. Like, I remember going to like conferences or like networking events in and around LA. I was right out of college, 22, 23 or whatever, and I was going to these conferences, youngest person in the networking event, and they were like, we're trying to find deals in LA. We're trying to find deals in LA. And I'm like, I just bought my first house in Memphis. And it's like they had been trying for 5-6 years to flip their first house in LA, going to all these meetups. And I was like, I've been trying for 2 years, but I started looking at out of state a couple months before, and I bought my first house already, built a team. And so people's brains started exploding. And then I think that's when a lot of people in California and New York like started opening up to the fact that they can buy stuff in out of state.
Right.
And they could buy it like all done up with the tenant in place, like with a bow on it for $150K.
Yeah.
And, in their local market, that'd be $2 million or something crazy.
Absolutely.
And in win cash flow.
Yeah.
What kind of background do you need to raise hard money? Do you need deals under your belt to get to that level?
Yeah, well, hard money normally, if you have like a good credit score, if you have like, if you have some money in, you're going to put some money, skin in the game and stuff like that. So that'd be great to do that. So that's basically the requirements for that. But we really like also private money lending. So if you have like a rich uncle and stuff like that, so really kind of like go and tap to those resources. The people that know you already, then you let them know that this is your coworkers and all that, and say, hey, I want to do this, and then that helps you. You can get some better loans, lower rent, lower interest rate, no points, and then they're happy to help you. And especially if these people live in California, lending like 50 to 60K, it's not a big deal.
Yeah. If you live in LA, yeah.
Yeah. Hard money is great because there's no income. So just like the thing we were talking about, like for you to go buy your house, you have to show all that stuff for your income. But for these loans, they're used to working with fix and flippers. So it's like, all right, we don't care about your income anymore. It's just taxes. And then we're going to analyze the deal side by side with you. So we're going to get an appraisal on the property. They do all this kind of stuff, rehab, repair cost, estimator, all this kind of stuff. to verify that they think it's a good deal? And then do you have the credit score to back it? And then, like he mentioned, do you have the cash to actually put some skin in the game?
Yeah, I know a few hard money lenders. They live a good life, man.
Yeah.
They just sit there and collect a check.
And a lot of them are not even lending their own money. They have like a rich uncle. Or
Oh, that's even crazier.
Yeah, or they have like
Family office.
They go to
Yeah.
family office mostly,
And they're happy with 10% a year.
Yeah.
These hard money guys.
Yeah.
Like 10, 12% a year.
Yeah, and so what they'll do is they'll charge these points as kind of like their fee for getting the loan together, and then the 10% is like, cool, family office, here you go.
Yeah.
like here's your 10%, because then the family office making 10%.
They'll be pumped with that. Because
Backed
they're
by real
managing
estate.
so much that
Yeah.
10% is actually good to them at that level.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But with this model, it's cool to see it works at scale with these returns.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's also very nice when you see that the flip system clients are actually, if they follow the program, they do the training, they get together with our coaches. And so to me, I find it so exciting that these people are actually getting into their first deals and then the renovations and all of that. And then they sell their first property at a profit. And
Love
it's just
it.
like unbelievable.
Yeah. Do you get a percent of their profit?
No.
Oh, really?
No, it's all theirs. I mean, we're just coaching them along the way.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, this is great. So this is entirely their business, their thing. We don't get involved in it.
Nice. Yeah, we'll definitely link that up below. Anything else you guys want to promote or close off with?
Nope.
No, that's it. Just the app.
Nothing
Cool.
really.
We'll link
Yeah.
your social media below as well.
Yeah.
We'll want to message you guys
Yeah.
and maybe a contact email. But that was awesome. Thanks for
Sweet.
coming on.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Thanks for
thank you,
having
Sean.
us.
Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.